RetroControllers.com presents Vector Tankage.
Hi, I'm Sean. If you don't know me, I'm the guy behind RetroControllers.com, creators of the Lunar Lander controller for Vector X and PC, and our latest controller, which we're talking about today, which is the Vector Tankage twin stick for games such as Battlezone, and this one works with multiple platforms. So anyway, today I'm going to talk about the mechanical design, or some aspects of the mechanical design, and just give you a little bit of insight into how this thing goes together, what's inside the unit that ships to customers, and we'll go from there. So on this controller chassis, what I've done is I've assembled one side on the mechanical assembly anyway, and the other side I'm just going to talk through what's actually underneath all of the components. So what we have here is a joystick shaft. I've already assembled the 5-button through there, so the cables through the centre of the shaft, and then the finished controller has outer shells that bolt over that, and then what we have is a centering grommet, which brings the stick back to centre. There's a shaft goes through the centre with various bearings and bushes, etc., and then the movement of the stick activates micro switches that are either side. So on this side I've got the disassembled joystick shaft. So we have the joystick shaft again, so the cables feed through the centre of it. We have an arrangement here, so bearings that support the shaft, they fit into the chassis of the controller like that, and then the arrangement here is a little bit like the crankshaft or a camshaft on a car engine. So these bearings are clamped through these blocks here, so you don't get to see them from the outside, so they clamp over there, and then on the outside of the shaft we have thrust bearings, so very small thrust bearings, and then on the other side we have another thrust bearing, and then outside of those, move that shaft over a little bit, outside of those we have these retaining fixings, so they fit on the outside of the shaft. Let's do that loosely, and this obviously stops the shaft coming out, and also stops the bearings falling off. And you might be thinking that seems a lot of overkill for a game controller, and to be honest it is a little bit overkill, but I like to over-engineer things because I don't know what the customer is going to do with it in terms of abusing the controller, and whether they're going to be a gentle game player or whether they're going to be going crazy with the thing. So with this design, for me it was important that I make it really strong. This is really strong. I've given it lots of abuse trying to break it and haven't managed to yet, and yeah, it works really well. So there we have it. That's the simple mechanical design for the actual joysticks themselves, and then over the top of that piece there you obviously have the centering grommet, which is a flexible filament. All of this chassis is 3D printed with ABS filament. This is a TPU flexible filament for the centering grommet. Very similar sort of approach to what Atari did with Battlezone controllers in the arcades back in the 80s. And then over the top of that you get these fixing pieces, and then screws that go through those, and that they screw down through there, and clamp all of this together, so you end up with a finished piece that looks like that, with all the bearings clamped inside. So there we have it. That's the basics of the joystick mechanical design, and how it goes together. In the next video I'll talk a little bit about the electronics side of things, and explain how it works under the hood from that side of it. So until then, have a great day, and hope you enjoyed this.